say that much. You know what I mean? But I mean, come on, man. We so quick to, I'm not finna pass judgment, but I won't let just anybody in my circle. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna not talk to anybody, but as far as like the people closest to me, I still gotta kind of watch my back because you can't trust everybody.
No, not at all.
And I ain't trusting none of these hoes. It's hard. They make it difficult.
Oh man.
But I don't know. Maybe that's just me again.
But it was so funny. So, make the long story short, we got on talking about the image of Christ. And he was like, oh no, because the whole ancient view that people would say, oh, the reason black people are in the position they are is because of the story of Ham. And I was like, who the hell told you that? Oh, well, my pastor. I was like, wait, hold on. I was like, why would black people be put in this position when Christ himself would have been considered a black man? He was like, no, he wouldn't. I was like, dude, it said he had feet of bronze. What color is bronze last time I checked? and hair of wool. And then he pointed to the little white kid. He's like, yeah, wool. I was like, dude, when the last time you saw a lamb be able to comb through his hair? He's like, stop. But he was so ingrained in what he was told that hearing anything that contradicts that, he became defensive, nor did he even receive the information, nor did he even just go look at it.
Right. I don't know, man. But to get back on the topic of I guess education or indoctrination or whatever. See, there's a difference, man, between education and knowledge. You know what I mean? Because to educate somebody is basically just to tell them this A, B, C, and D. But to have true knowledge is to know what the fuck. Like, that's how it is. Like, if I can prove to you, that's like Einstein, right? If I can disprove the theory of relativity, does that make me smarter than him? That just means that I can debunk one of your theories. There's not one theory. The only reason we believe all of these theories to be true is because ain't nobody made them a fact yet. Like, when is the Pythagorean theorem ever going to become a fact?
Don't know.
Why hasn't it become a fact yet?
Well, because it's as of right now, it's past most of the testing measures, but we still can't say it's factual.
For hundreds of years, we still haven't been able to disprove this thing for over hundreds of years. Like, I'm pretty sure that if I say the sky is blue, you know what I mean, and I say the sky is blue for 200 years, somebody will be like, well, yeah, well, I mean, it looks blue to me. But if somebody questions it and be like, nah, the sky is purple, now it's like, well, somebody prove to me that it's purple. And if you can do that, then, I lose.
Well, but too, that's based on how you see things. I mean, if you think about it, I forget what the name of it is, but there's actually this shrimp that has like 16 different color receptors in its eyeball. And you're like, okay, well, 16, big whoop, what's the big deal? Well, humans only have 3 different color receptors in their eyes. So, I mean, hey, that blue sky ain't going to look blue to that shrimp. Just saying.
So are we colorblind?
Maybe.
Damn. Oh, let's look at it. Like, we could actually have a whole show just on asking questions, because let's be real. Why would God, this God that we pray to, give us this whole brain and tell us you can only use 10% of it, if that much? What's the point in only being able to use 10% of your brain and have a full brain in there? Take the rest of that 90% out, man, and fill it with something that I'm going to actually need.
Man, I mean, I personally think we were able at one point to use way more, because I started reading this book on Moors in Spain, and they had dudes in the early, what they would call the 700s.
Yeah.
Irrigation systems farming and all this stuff that was not even prevalent, travel and all that stuff. Even then, it's like even like you were saying, we can't prove the theory of Pythagorean theorem false, but we still can't even see how the pyramids were built. To this day,
like right, or like you had the Baghdad batteries, people making batteries back 2,000 years ago. I mean,
yeah,
out of little jars of clay with wine and shit, or whatever the hell they used.
So I don't know, Eric, what you think, man?
Well,
I think Eric ass fell asleep.
Nah, I ain't fell asleep. I'm actually still here. Well, I'm trying to. I was still thinking about what you were talking about in the sky, as far as from one person's perception, the sky may be blue, but another person's perception, it may be purple. Could you clarify a little bit on that?
You know what? Basically, what I'm getting at is a lot of people see things differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I may see, like let's say we standing together and this bad chick walk by. In my eyes, she may be bad. In yours, she may be okay. Now we finna argue back and forth over opinions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, well, it's basically like what you're saying. Like we in philosophy, they used to always ask us a question like, "What color is this?" And like basically, like you say, they were like, "Oh, well, that's red." Everybody would say it's red. And then the next question would be like, "Well, how do you know?" Well, I see red. You may see red, but like you said, someone may see purple. You may see orange. But it's all based on our perception of what we're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and what we're educated to see. I mean, someone could see, for instance, what if somebody did have different receptors, okay, in their eyes, and they actually saw purple while you saw orange? Well, their whole life they're taught that that's orange, and so they call it orange. But really, if you were seeing it through their eyes, it would be purple. I mean, there's that too. That's still a matter of perception. I mean, you're taught it's one thing, you're seeing it as one thing, and that's not what it really is.
Damn. That's good. That's deep.
Which then streams back to how we learn.
Exactly.
How many people have been in an argument with a grown-up, not a child? I get it for a child. How many people have been in an argument with a grown-up, and you try to tell them something outside of what they know?
Oh, my God.
Against what they have learned all their life.
Bro, it's frustrating.
And you're trying to tell them, like, hey, look at this, look at that, read this. No, especially, let's not even get on the news. Let them hear it on the news or read an article on it. They're like, well, the news, the guy on CNN said this and this.
CNN said it must be true.
Hey, I was like, the guy at CNN don't work for you. Nor does he even know you. So you mean to tell me?
Don Lemon coon ass don't know.
Hey, man, I look at it like this. I always ask questions. I was like, do people lie? Yeah. Do people close to you lie? Yeah. So why do you think this guy that don't know you won't?
Hey, I gotta get off, y'all.
All right. Well,
All right,
All right, Blake.
All right, Eric. Now you got to take it on, man.
But like to take a step back actually to the conversation, like I think there's a bit of a conflation that's going on. Yeah, their perception of the situation may be a little bit skewed, but it's not. There's no ill intent behind the situation of telling somebody that the color is green when it's actually another color. It's just that there's a medical condition impeding them from seeing it as it is. Because, I mean, these labels we put on these colors, they're just labels. The color is still there, but what we call them is just something totally different. But if what's being said here is that the person is being misled to believe in something other than what it is intentionally for malicious gain, then I would get it. But if there's some sort of impediment there, then you're not really being misled. It's just that you're viewing the information, the same information, but just differently. Like the information is still the same, but it just you're viewing it in a slightly different way other than what it actually is. So you're not really being misled. You're actually you're incapable of viewing it correctly because of your condition.
So then the question would be, if I am incapable of viewing it based on the, well, if you're going medical based, but let's just say it's just something I've been told. And I've been told, like for instance, just say we live in a town and we're told never, never go down this street because of X. And they tell you some little story to go along with it, and it's a scary story, and it scares you straight. You're like, all right, I ain't never going down Main Street because Lil Johnny ain't make it when he went down Main Street.
Right.
So I'm going to learn that over and over. And I see other people going down, and I never see them come back. They keep going. It's like they keep leaving, but nobody coming back. Maybe it is really bad. But then you come to find out, then people start coming like, oh, man, dude, I thought you were going. Like, nah, Main Street just takes you to the next town. So we just go there to go, hey, well, I was told not to ever go there. Well, no, it's not. It's not bad. It's just where we go to go, hey, well, no, I can't go because Mama told me that if I go that way, something bad will happen. So what I'm getting with that story is that you get people who will hear something that is either false or not entirely true.
Yeah.
But instead of even looking into the matter, they will just take whatever someone else told them as just truth. And that's where we came, like I said, when it comes to the way we learn. We have all been doing that. We have all learned, like you said, the theory of relativity. What is government? What is money? What is mathematics, algebra? All these different things we have been told what to think about it. Without any study, any research, or anything like that. We were like, okay, like, this is what it is. This is how it's done. This is what I'm told. So that then also streams into how I perceive other information outside of the classroom, because I don't know how to search for information. I just know only based on what I've been told.
Well, shoot, that brings up that's an interesting point, man, because I know for a fact if you try telling me that, you know, that if you try telling me the same thing over and over again, at some point I'm going to question it. That's just the nature of it, because there are two things that I really like dwell in. There's two realms that I dwell in. And these two things is math and physics, because I can prove most of it. Like physics, you know what I mean? Like I just found this Tic Tac box. I bet if I drop this box, this bad boy gonna fall to the floor. You know what I mean? So if I do that and it fall, well, point proven. You know what I mean? The speed at which it falls, that can be measured too. But it's that once learning goes outside of certain certainties, now we dwelling in a whole nother realm, and that's where stuff goes, that's where stuff goes wrong. That's where you can question stuff and really like start learning for yourself, start becoming knowledgeable for yourself. Because I swear, if anybody ever tried to tell me, if anybody ever tried to tell me anything about, any of this new stuff, like they got this new math out now. I don't know if you've seen it.
Okay.
You probably seen it. If you've ever seen that new math, the way that they break it down, they're trying to teach it to our kids in such a confusing way that it keeps our kids dumb. I'm sorry, but if I have a fast way of if 20 plus 21 is 41, and I gotta go all the way around the goddamn globe to know how to do it, it's stupid. Quickest way between 2 points is a straight line. So get straight to the point. Stop beating around the bush with it. You know what I mean? Stop beating around. Stop dancing around 20 plus 21. It's very simple. Stop complicating it. And I think that's actually something that they're trying to do. They're trying to overcomplicate learning, when learning is very simple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like our kids, I swear I saw one of these kids' homework, and I looked at them like, you know what? I don't know what the hell they teaching y'all, but I'm pretty sure 5 into 25 is 5 very simply. You can count that. but they got them breaking it down. You got to do long division. Why do I have to learn long division when I can just shortcut that shit?